let's say, add another scene to this, and that can just go right to YouTube.
Yeah, you can upload it to YouTube or Twitch. Once you download it to,
You can only do one or the other. You can't do both.
or no, you can't upload it to Twitch. That's right. But if you stream it on Twitch, you can upload it to both. I mean, not both. You can upload it to YouTube, and you'll have it on both places, which is Twitch and YouTube. The only problem with Twitch, the resolution is 720, and then I don't know, just a lot of things that I didn't like anymore. I find better quality on YouTube.
Message received.
This would be an example of me in the settings that I currently have. This would, yeah, it's an old video, don't get me wrong, but this is how the recording came out for me. Well, not recording, but the live stream.
That's not bad. That's good to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the other reason why I always say just pre-record something, even if it's like maybe just a few minutes. You don't have to pre-record the entire game. Just a few minutes. Just kind of spin your camera really fast and do anything you can to basically force the graphics card to render and force the CPU to work. And what you're looking for is stutters, blocking, anything like that. And if you don't see any of that stuff, well, then you're golden. Just start streaming.
Look, I'm live right now. Blue looked at it earlier. He said it looked okay.
But it's always best for you to decide for yourself on what your best settings are, because they can vary from game to game.
Yep.
Again, the slower the CPU setting is, like when you put it on medium versus fast, you know, it definitely uses more of your CPU to process. Yeah, it's best to always test your stuff before you start going to town on it.
I go to town all the time.
That's because DJ doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Gotta stream all the time. So she says.
I don't know if you have any frame capture software or any of that, but the other thing that can help you get like a smooth stream would be watching your FPS. If you can keep it around 60 frames per second, then that's another thing that'll also help you have like a really smooth stream. The other thing too would be, well, I guess just keeping an eye on it, really. You know, if you start dipping back and forth between, well, less than 60, let's put it that way. The faster you can, frames per second you can get on there, the better quality of stream you'll have. But you're always going to be limited to what they'll allow you to upload, which is going to be 60 frames per second at max.
Even YouTube only allows you 60 frames anyways.
But again, just test record your stuff and you should be fine. It's about the only thing I can tell you.
I've done it.
Get the settings that you're happy with and just run with it. progressively make changes, you know. But the better the games are, you know, just
So-
always a good thing to.
Like right now I'm getting
Check
60
before you-
and I'm streaming. I'm getting 60, 59, 60, 59.
What have you done? We used them. They were not ready for firing. You could have gotten us all killed. Let me see.
I haven't streamed
His
in a
breath
long
is more
time,
fatal than our cannons.
but just haven't really. been
Only when you
motivated to
two
anymore.
fools are shooting
I
them.
stream all the time.
There, try it.
Never stopped.
DJ, you'll even stream porn.
Nope, never done that.
Aim at something to test the alignment.
Yeah, I don't know. Just test record. That's all I can say. It gives you guys a good idea of what you're going to be seeing before you do it. As far as like other people being able to view your videos, it's always good to have like a buffer. And if you're like on a phone or something like that, it's usually good to have a buffer for other people that is not able to receive that data, like, or pull your video up on a separate device. Don't pull it up on the same computer because I don't know. I've noticed sometimes
lags.
Yeah, it lags, all kinds of stuff, weird stuff. But I always pull it up on an external device like a tablet.
Smartphone.
Or a phone or something, just to kind of see the quality. No, he's one of those old style dial phones,
Someone here
DJ.
knows how to shoot. Now,
Who has it?
for the other one.
Never mind. You said smart.
Must go.
I don't
Thanks
think
for your
phone
help.
is relevant. Or
If we hear
relevant.
the cannons tomorrow,
No,
don't
some people
worry.
still have
We will be practicing at dawn.
non-smartphones.
Too bad it will not do you any
It's
good.
not relevant.
Very fun. Now fix the
They
second
still have
gun.
those flip phones.
It's not relevant.
Nope,
They're
they
not
have
gonna
them.
be on Twitch, DJ.
They watch Twitch sometimes.
It's not relevant.
They'll watch it and make it work.
What are those old phones called? The spin.
The reason I say smartphone, Blue, is because I'm not going to say iPhone or Android, so I just say smartphone in general.
I just say phone in general.
I say smartphone. Some people, what I'm talking about.
Well, that's you then.
If I say phone, people will say, well, landline?
You say phone, they say what?
Landline. Or Vonage or IP phone. Like, what the hell? You can't do that.
Yeah, see, right now I'm playing in game, I'm getting 60 FPS. But when I look at OBS, it's like choppy.
What are your current settings? Well, actually, the thing that, before I forget, if you have this setting on your OBS where it says disable arrow, it's under the video tab. Check that box.
You got some there.
It just says disable arrow.
I don't have that on my video.
What's in your video tab for the settings?
Buongiorno,
OBS.
Ezio.
Caterina,
The
to what do I
settings
owe
at
the
bottom
pleasure
right,
of your
right?
presence here?
I desire
No,
an allegiance.
it'd be.
The papal armies have
Oh, yeah,
resumed
yeah,
their
yeah.
march on Forli.
Sorry.
Your mercenaries would be a
You
great
click that
asset
and
to my
pop
cause.
up with general
It is
stream,
likely that I can
output,
give you what
audio,
you seek.
video, hotkey, advanced.
But we will talk later.
Yeah.
If you go to the videos tab on the side,
Mother.
it'll come up with base canvas resolution, output scale resolution, downscale filter,
Machiavelli.
blah 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 blah.
It is done.
I only
There's a
have,
checkbox that says
Do
disable arrow.
not, I think,
I only have the four
as
that
any
you
of
talked
us
about.
expected.
Base canvas resolution.
I entered the
output scale,
Vaticano and faced Rodrigo.
downscale.
Used the power of the papal staff against me, but I
Okay,
defeated
so
him.
if disable arrow,
Finding the
is on
staff
there,
on
then
the
it's
apple,
probably
I gained access to the
arrow's
vault.
not even on your desktop.
There,
Do you know what arrow
moving
is on your
painting of the
desktop?
goddess Minerva spoke. One of a terrible tragedy
Arrow
to
is
befall
basically
mankind in the
setting
future,
in,
but gave hope of lost
in
temples
Windows
that will
that
provide aid
basically
to
it
humanity.
makes your
Then she called out to a phantom,
surrounding borders
Desmond,
of your
as if he were
menus
there,
and stuff like that. It
standing
allows them
beside
to be
me.
clear. It's supposedly
After
supposed
her
to make it
warning,
like 3D,
she
some kind of
vanished.
3D effect.
Amazing.
I cannot
It's
imagine
something
such wonders.
that can basically
The vaults
contribute
did not
to
house the terrible
this-
weapon we feared.
the lagging of the
This
video.
is good news.
What of this goddess, this Minerva? Did she appear human?
Yes,
But,
but
if it's,
her words
if it's
proved
not there
otherwise.
on that,
All of
on
her
that option,
kind
it's
died many
probably
years
not
ago.
on, so
I wish I could show you the magic she
normally it'll only
performed.
show if Arrow is
Who is
actually in
Desmond,
it
and
currently.
where are these temples Minerva spoke of?
I do not know.
Perhaps we must search for them.
So let's see.
Tell me how it
what
ended with
about
Borgia.
in?
Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness?
Okay, what's your
Make
current
excuses.
settings for video?
Promise power
or
in
not
return.
video, but output?
No, none of those things.
What did you say you had it at?
Interesting. I'm surprised he remains so composed.
The 950,
I let him leave.
960 by
The Spaniard lives.
540.
Once
Then I
our
go to
enemies
2000.
are dead, we can speak of vaults and
Your
gods
bit
and
rate is
ancient
at
places.
2000.
Yeah.
You should have killed him. We're sure to suffer for
What
it.
about your CPU?
I am not
usage
here to
preset?
debate
What
the
is that set
past.
at?
Together, we
Very
should
fast
discuss
right
the
now.
future.
No, I am leaving immediately for Roma.
Okay, try.
I do not
try
know
going
why
to
you
ultra
spared
fast
him,
for
but I
a
trust
minute.
your judgment. Machiavelli
Okay.
will come around.
And go ahead and just hit OK. Try
I don't have to do
doing a
profile or
quick
anything.
record of whatever game you're playing. Or actually, what game are you playing?
The Division.
Okay.
Now I don't have to do anything on profile or tune.
No, just save it and or yeah, just hit OK. You'll have to go back and change it again when you want to increase it again. Just try setting it on ultra fast and see if you see lag.
Yeah, I still see it. It's like a slideshow.
Are you recording currently?
Yeah, I did recording.
Okay, so down at the very bottom is record timer and CPU. Is any of that flashing red?
No, my CPU is at 15% with 60 FPS.
Okay, go back and view the recording.
So I stop it.
See if the lag's still there. Just checking. Basically, what you're doing is you're just seeing if the lag is in the video itself, because sometimes OBS will stutter, but the video output is actually fine, which is why you want to do pre-records before you just view the temporary video that's right there.
Now where do I view it at?
Wherever you saved it at. Do you know where it saves it?
No.
Okay, let's see. It would be under... Hang on. I'm trying to find it on mine. You're gonna have to give me a moment because I don't remember where it's at. Oh, okay, never mind. Output.
Yeah, check it
Under
out.
the output tab under settings, you see the output mode at the very top where it says advanced, and just below it says streaming, recording, and audio.
Yep.
You want to click on the recording tab,
Alright.
and now on the recording tab there's type where it says custom output file, and then the next row down is FFmpeg output file type, and then the file path is or URL, which is below that. So
Okay.
that's where it saved it to.
It's just a blank paper right now.
It doesn't have an actual path there.
No, there's a path there, but when I double click on the where it's at, it just says, "How do you want to open this file?"
Oh,
before
just open
it
it
was
with
on-
the.
Before it was on standard, on the type, but I switched it to custom output.
That was just type the one that just says type on it, right? You said custom output.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, mine's set to the same thing too. Mine's set to custom output FFmpeg.
Oh no, before mine was on standard.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna
That I'm just
delete
saying
that
that's what
one.
mine was set on. You might want to try checking the file path or URL. Just click browse and go to that particular place where it saved it, and then.
Wait, hold on. For some reason now, my recording's a lot better right now. I can see it. It's smooth.
Yeah. So that's the thing that I was saying about the OBS thing. Sometimes the OBS doesn't show it accurately. This is why I stress record everything before you actually stream it, because just because OBS looks bad doesn't mean the recording's bad. It's actually good. It just doesn't show it.
I always go by your phone and watch it through there and see if it looks good.
So, do you know what your internet speed is?
Yeah, he found out. He said 60 down, 5 up. Told you earlier.
Okay, well that's still more than enough.
Negative.
Either way,
Negative.
it's more than enough.
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay. What you say? You the expert.
Do the math, DJ.
No need math. I see visual.
Do the math.
Be right back.
All right.
Wait a minute.
So if the video actually looked good, or not, like, you know what I mean, it was relatively smooth, you can try decreasing the speed on the CPU preset to like super fast or very fast or faster or fast. Just keep moving down until you'll see a message at the very bottom where it's, when you're recording, it'll say CPU has exceeded its maximum value or whatever. There will be a message that pops up. It's red, and it'll tell you you're having issues with recording. Sometimes it could lag up your game or whatever. Just progressively move down until you find the quality that you want, and then just kind of move up one. But this requires a lot of testing, so there's going to be, you know, a lot of pausing, playing back, pausing, playing back, and recording. There's a lot of work that goes into it. As far as bitrate goes, if you got 5 uploading, that's megabits. 2400 bits is, or sorry, 2000 bits. You're not even coming close to hitting your peak value yet, basically.
Now, what's this scene transitions? What does that do?
What do you mean scene transitions?
Yes,
Are you
he will.
talking about in the main page or the main window
the
itself?
main page.
Where it says scenes and sources?
No, like it says right by the mixer. There's a scene transition. Like duration, it says fade on it.
Oh, if you have hotkeys set up for scenes and sources, well, actually, it'd mainly be scenes. So if you, let's say you created your game, okay, so you have one that says game on it, and that basically captures any game you play, right? Now, you want to tell people that you're going to be right back. So you'll create a second scene that says BRB, and then that scene will have like a picture or whatever just saying something, you'll be right back, 5 minutes delay or whatever. In cases like that, that scene transition will fade to the be right back. Again, this is all based off hotkeys, so you'll see the hotkeys tab, and you'll have whatever you decide to add to the list. Because right now, I think it only show like maybe your game tab, but the more you add, the more hotkeys you can add to those by basically transitioning back and forth to desktop, to your game, to be right back. The most I have is like 5, but it's mainly just like my desktop, game, and be right back. So there's only like 3 of them that I use. So each one of those has a hotkey on it, so I can actually transition back and forth. The transition time basically is when you hit that key, it's 300 milliseconds before it transitions to that screen.
Alright, so let's say on the scenes I put siege on there, right? Now sources, can I add as many as I want in there?
Yes. Sources are basically, it would be the game capture. You can set up a follow thing where basically if somebody follows you, it'll pop up on the screen and say this person follows you. Or the follow can be like a multiple thing. That just depends on whatever website you go to actually get the URL. The URL basically tells you that you can, or puts their username up on your screen and says now follows you, and it'll play a little sound for it. But the other source can be chat boxes. So if you like people to see what other people are saying in the video, chat boxes basically, you can put them in your video to where people can type, and there'll be like messages that pop up on your screen. I wish I had an example of this just so you can kind of see. Actually, I got one example.
So the only one I really should have there, really, if I just want to get the display, is just display capture, right? And audio, basically?
Yes, the game capture. There's a general one that you can actually choose. So under scenes, you create game, sources, you go game capture. Game capture loads or picks out games that you're currently playing, and it'll actually focus on that. So you can make a general one, so you're not always creating like multiple games. For instance, let's say you're doing Siege and then you're doing, I don't know, World of Warcraft or StarCraft or
Battlefield 1 does not
Battlefield.
like
You
game
don't
capture.
have to create multiple ones for that. You can actually use one scene, and then the sources will actually be added in there. So all you have to do is just go to Steam, and it'll automatically pull up the game that you're using, or playing, I should say.
Oh, when I add in the scene?
Yes. So when you create a scene, let's say this as an example. The other tab that's next to it, which is the sources, you create it in there. So it's just one general tab for sources. So you don't have like 500 scenes that you got to select games from. You got just one source, and then it'll automatically select the game that you're playing.
How would it automatically do it? Because I've done that, and it doesn't do it automatically.
It does it for me. I just go to game capture, and it automatically picks the game for me.
Yeah,
So when I add the source, I just click the button or click the option for game capture, and then all my games get captured when I'm just in the game tab itself or the scene itself.
What if
And
it's
then it'll
what if
automatically
it
play
doesn't
or
do
show
game
the video.
capture?
Huh?
Say if you have one game that only does game capture, another game does window mode only, and another game does borderless only.
It seems to work for me. I've done it in all, whether it be Windows mode or not.
Yeah, but you haven't tried Battlefield 1 then, or Battlefield 4, because you never played those games.
Yeah, it still picks them though, because it's the active window.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it doesn't stream in full screen. Not even Siege.
Then you have to go to resize it. You would click on the game itself, game capture, and then right click on the window and go full screen.
Right, but it won't. It's horrible. It's like laggy. So it won't do game capture.
Yeah, that's OBS for you. OBS is gonna lag.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the stream itself, though.
Well, it's not the stream itself. It's the mode that you're in. Like if you're in the mode of full screen in game, for example, Battlefield 1, it won't even stream it. It won't even show it.
I don't know. I've never had the problem, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, well,
It seems to work with every game I've played so far, so I can't really say.
well, I've had
Whether it
three.
be
I've had
Windows
3 or 4
or
games
full
that are like
screen,
that,
it's
and
always worked for me.
I've had 3 or 4 games that are like that, and it never works right.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah.
Your computer sucks.
No, it has nothing to do with my computer. I knew you would say that, but
Just
like,
kidding, dude. Jeez.
you don't play the games I play, though.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You don't play any first-person
Yes, I
shooter
do.
games like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 2. None of those games. You don't. The only game you play is maybe is Call of Duty, and you don't even stream that.
That's because I stopped streaming a while ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I stream all the time, and I stream all my games. I play all. I have more games that I stream. Look at my archive. Look at all the games that I stream. I mean, I play all the games and I stream them all, and I test them all, and I look at the stream. I look and I try to get it to work, and I spend a lot of hours and time trying to get it to work.
Well, this is why I always say pre-record everything you do
Yeah,
instead of just
that takes even
streaming.
longer. That would just.
You know
I
what?
would get
That's all I'm gonna tell you, dude.
Yeah, I know that's what you do,
Go out
but
and test it. If not, then don't give a shit what I have to say.
no, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that I don't do that step
Why not?
because I don't need to. I've already learned I don't have to.
Okay.
Because even if I did do it, it's not going to solve the problem of me not being
That's
able
why
to stream.
you correct the problem before you even stream.
You can't correct it. You can't correct
Yes,
it.
you can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
Oh my god. Me streaming it, recording it to my hard drive is not going to make the difference of me streaming
Yes,
it.
it is.
No, it's not.
Because if it wasn't capturing the video, you would have already known because it wouldn't have recorded it.
No,
in the first place.
because
Yes,
I've already learned that from Battlefield 4. So I already knew. I already know the answer. No,
You
but
didn't bother recording.
no, I
How
never
could you
did.
learn it from
No,
Battlefield 4?
because I changed it. I did a scene on each game. Each scene I had a different game. So each game I have a different scene, and in each scene I put game capture, window mode, or so forth. So when I did Battlefield 4, when I finally realized that was what the problem was caused because I was on full screen, then I said, okay, I need to go to window mode, and then it worked, and I even told you about it, and you said, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude, and I was like, okay, well, that's what I figured it out, and so that was your answer all the time, but I already knew the answer. So I said when I came to Battlefield 1, I did the same thing, and it did the same thing to me. I was like, okay, great. So now I need to go to window mode, and it worked. Now, Siege, it works on game capture and window mode, but it works better in window mode for some crazy reason. I don't know.
How do I make this smaller? Because it's not like my whole desktop is not showing up in my thing.
Oh,
In OBS, sorry.
in OBS. Okay, so
Like in the front page.
so what is it showing currently? Like, is it just like cutting off half your desktop?
Most of it's cutting off, yeah.
Okay, so click on the picture itself, like
Right click it.
what desktop is, or sorry, what OBS is showing your desktop is, and there should be an option in there to go full screen.
Full screen projector.
No, actually, hang on a second.
Oh, full screen.
Control F. It's under transform. I just found it. It says fit to screen. So if half your desktop thing is getting cut off, click the captured window, like the desktop picture that it's showing, and this red box will appear around it. Just hit Control F, and it'll fit to screen.
I have to redo that. For some reason before it was doing it, now it's not. There. I have to like play around with this thing.